Hi children, I'm your Miss, and today in this video we are going to study about water of crystallization in Standard 9, Unit 14. The title of the lesson is Acid, Bases and Salts. Water of crystallization 14.5.3. So what is this water of crystallization is given here? Let me explain to you. Many salts are found as crystals with water molecules. So you know what is a salt? Salt means தமிழில் உப்பு சொல்லுவாங்க, உப்புக்கள். ஓகே, ஸோ அநேக உப்புக்கள், மெனி சால்ட்ஸ் ஆர் ஃபவுண்ட் அஸ் கிறிஸ்டல்ஸ், படிக வடிவத்தில் காணப்படுகிறது. படிகங்கள், கிறிஸ்டல்ஸ், along with water molecules. Okay, so these water molecules are known as water of crystallization. ஸோ இந்த வாட்டர் மாலிக்யூல்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு ஸ்பெஷல் நேம் இருக்குது. அந்த நேமுக்கு பேர் அது என்னென்னா வாட்டர் ஆஃப் கிறிஸ்டலைசேஷன். இந்த உப்புக்கள் படிகமாக மாறுவதற்கு இந்த நீர் மூலக்கூறுகள் உதவி செய்கின்றன. ஓகே, ஆகவே இந்த நீர் மூலக்கூறுக்கு என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா வாட்டர் ஆஃப் கிறிஸ்டலைசேஷன். ஓகே, alright, let me show you some pictures of some crystal salts and that you will understand. Okay, see here, can you see some colored structures here? Can you see some, in this picture you can see some colored crystals. Okay, so crystals, this is what I just wanted to show you. Just have a look at it, children. Different color salts and they are in the form of crystals. இதுதான் படிகங்கள் சொல்லுவாங்க. இதை தான் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா படிகங்கள் சொல்லுவாங்க. See, what are the colors? You have different shapes. See, you have blue colored and then yellow and then different colors are there. And also the shapes are different. இதுங்கெல்லாம் என்ன வடிவத்தில் இருக்குது? இல்லை படிகங்கள் சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay, so they are all called as crystals. Okay, the salts are in the form of crystals and this is because of the presence of water. வாட்டரை அப்சார்ப் பண்ணதுனால, இந்த சால்ட்டுங்க வாட்டரை அப்சார்ப் பண்ணதுனால இந்த கலர் கிடைக்குது, இந்த கிறிஸ்டலாகவும் காணப்படுகிறது. ஓகே, ஸோ do you understand children? Let's go on now. So this is what is called as water of crystallization. So salts that contain water of crystallization are called as hydrated salts. That's a special name, hydrated. Hydra and water. When there is presence of water, then it is called as hydrated salts. So what is the meaning of hydrated salt, children? Salts that contain water of crystallization. In the water of crystallization, அந்த படிகமாகுவதற்கு உதவுகின்ற இந்த நீர் மூலக்கூறுகள் இருக்கும்போது அந்த உப்புக்களை என்ன சொல்கிறேன்னா hydrated salts. So these salts are called as hydrated salts which contain water molecules. Okay, alright. The number of molecules of water hydrated to a salt is indicated after a dot in its chemical formula. So இதை எப்படி நம்ம இண்டிகேட் பண்ணுவோம், எப்படி எழுதுவோம்? So how will you write? For example, if there is a water molecule in that salt, how would you write it in the formula? For example, copper sulfate crystal has 5 molecules. எத்தனை molecules இருக்கு? The copper sulfate crystal 5 molecules of water இருக்கு. அப்போ நம்ம என்ன எழுதணும்னா formula எழுதணும். See, it is written as CuSO4. How is it written, children? CuSO4 dot போட்டு 5H2O. Dot, you have to put a dot and then you have to write 5H2O. What is the meaning of 5H2O? There are 5 molecules of water in this copper sulfate. CuSO4. What is the CuSO4? This is copper sulfate formula. So when we are adding 0.5H2O, that means what? There are 5 molecules of water. 5 stands for penta. So the name will be copper sulfate pentahydrate. What's the name, children? Copper sulfate pentahydrate. So hydrate means water molecules. This water of crystallization makes the copper sulfate blue. So see, can you see this picture, children? See the picture here. Actually, the copper sulfate is bluish in color. It's because of the presence of water. So actually, it should be white in color. It will be white in color, but what does it do? It will absorb the water particles. In the atmosphere, there are a lot of water particles in the atmosphere. It will absorb all the water particles and it will become bluish in color. Okay, when you heat this copper sulfate, 5 molecules of water, copper sulfate pentahydrate, what will happen when you heat it? It will become again white in color. இதை ஹீட் பண்ணும்போது, வெப்பப்படுத்தும் போது, சூடுபடுத்தும் போது மறுபடியும் அது வெள்ளை நிறமாக மாறும். How, children? Why it becomes white in color? Because it loses all the water particles. So all the water molecules will move away. Okay, will be evaporated and then the salt becomes white in color. You understand, children? That's what is given here. Let's pass on. And see here, there's a hydrated salt. Salts that do not contain water of crystallization are called as anhydrous salt. This is a special name. What is this, children? Anhydrous salt. When the salts, they do not contain water of crystallization. அதில் வந்து வாட்டர் இல்லை. இந்த சால்ட்டில் வந்து அந்த படிகமாக்கும் நீர் மூலக்கூறுகள் இல்லாத போது then they got a special name and it's called as anhydrous salt. So salts which do not contain water of crystallization are called as anhydrous salt. They are generally found as powders. How are they found, children? They are found in the shape, they are found in the form of powders. Okay, so fill in the blanks in the following table based on the concept of water of crystallization. So in the tableau column நீங்கள் fill பண்ணுங்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. நான் உங்களுக்காக இதை நான் fill பண்ணியிருக்கேன். நீங்கள் பார்த்து just have a look at it. Okay. So they are given here zinc sulfate, formula is given, formula of hydrated salt and name of the hydrated salt. I will just deal with a few of them and then I will pass on. See here, children, first one is given. Let's see what it is here. Okay, the first salt is zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate, the formula is given as ZnSO4. Formula of hydrated salt, when there is water molecules present in it, then you will write it as ZnSO4 point H. So 0.7 molecules. 7, you put a dot and then write 7H2O. The name of the hydrated salt is zinc sulfate heptahydrate. What is the name, children? Zinc sulfate hepta. Hepta stands for 7. Heptahydrate means what? 7 molecules of water. Okay, same way for other things also. Okay, just have a look at it, children. Let's go on. Then you have the identification of salts. How do you identify salts? The first one is by the physical examination, by looking at it. By looking at it, you can identify what is the type of salt, what is the name of the salt, by the color, by the smell, and the density. With this, you can find out the nature of the salt. Okay, the physical examination of the unknown salt. If an unknown salt, உனக்கு என்ன சால்ட்னு தெரியல, உன் கையில் வந்து உன் சால்ட்டை கொடுத்து இதை கண்டுபிடி அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. Okay, what is a salt? Find out சொன்னாங்கன்னா you have to look at you have to study the color, smell and the density. This test is not much reliable. இதை வந்து 100% இதை வந்து நம்ம டோட்டலாக டிபெண்ட் பண்ண முடியாது, ரிலையபிளாக கிடையாது. Sometimes change ஆகும். Okay, but anyhow, this is also a test identification of salt. Identification means what was the meaning of identify? கண்டுபிடித்தல். What is the salt? To find out what salt it is. That's what is called as identification of salt. The first one is physical examination. And then let's go on to the second one, and that is dry heating test. Dry heating test. This test is performed by heating a small amount. You have to take a small amount of salt in a dry test tube. You know what's a test tube? Okay, take a dry test tube and add this water and you have to heat it. When you heat it, take a little bit of salt and heat. கொஞ்சம் salt எடுத்து test tubeல சோதனை குழாயில் போட்டு என்ன பண்ணணும், heat பண்ணுங்க. Then what will happen? When you heat, all the water molecules will get evaporated. Then the dissolved salts are sedimented. So the evaporated water will be evaporated. So the extra water will be evaporated and only the salt will settle down as a sediment in the container. So from this, you can find out what is the nature of the salt. What is the name of the salt? By dry heating test. Okay, then let's go on to the third one, and that is the flame test. What is the meaning of flame test? Let's go on to this flame test. Okay, children, flame test. The flame means the தீ என்ன கலரில் வருது. Okay, the color of the flame. Certain salts and reacting with concentrated hydrochloric acid. Some salts. So let's see what it is. Flame test. Certain salts on reacting with concentrated hydrochloric acid form their chlorides. If you take a salt and you add hydrochloric acid, ஒரு saltோட hydrochloric acid add பண்ணும்போது என்ன கிடைக்குது? You will get the chlorides. Okay, chloride salts கிடைக்கும். ஏன்னா hydrochloric acidனாலுமே அதில் வரக்கூடிய salts எல்லாம் chloride salts தான் கிடைக்கும். Okay, because hydrogen chloride. You see, hydrochloric acid means it contains hydrogen and chlorine. So the salt that you get from this hydrochloric acid will be chloride salts. Okay, that's what is given. Then the paste of the mixture with concentrated hydrochloric acid is introduced into the flame with the help of a platinum wire. So என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா, you have to take this, the salt எடுத்து hydrochloric acidல என்ன பண்ணோம், நனைத்து just put it inside water, make a mixture, make a paste of the mixture and then you introduce it into the flame. அந்த தீயில் என்ன பண்ண, bunsen flameல என்ன பண்ண நீங்கள் introduce பண்ணணும். with the help of a platinum wire. And see, there is a tabular column given here. What is it given here? The color of the flame. So seeing the color of the flame, we can identify the salt. And the flame or the color, okay, அதை வைத்து நம்ம நிறத்தை வைத்து நம்ம அது என்ன சால்ட்டாக இருக்கலாம் அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம ஈஸியாக கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். ஸோ for this you have to know. For example, if it is brick red in color, then what is the salt, children? It should be calcium salts, Ca2+. Okay, and then if it is golden yellow, that if the flame is golden yellow na yellow na theriyilla, gold சேர்ந்து yellow வந்து, then it will be sodium. Then if it is pink violet, then it is potassium. Okay, K+ stands for potassium ion, sodium ion, calcium ions. And then if it is green, then it will be zinc ions, zinc. Okay, zinc salts. You understand, children? So let me show you a picture of these flames. Okay, see this, children? See this picture? See the different colors? This is the color of the flame to identify the salts. See, if it is calcium salts, then you get this color, brick red color. And then you have the sodium, then you have the zinc, and then you have potassium, barium. See the colors, children. You can identify the color. So if you know the colors, then you can understand, oh, this is the salt. So if it is sodium color, this will be the color. If it's sodium salt, then this will be the color. If it is calcium, that will be brick red in color. If supposing it is zinc, then you will have the golden yellow color. Okay, potassium, it will be pink in color. Alright, children? Okay, I hope you understood this. So this is what is called as a flame test. Okay, let's go on. And then let's go on to the uses of the salts. 14.5.5 common salt. You know what is common salt? That is sodium chloride, the salt that we use everyday life. It is used in our daily food and used as a preservative so that it will, you know, the food substance will be kept for a long time. நம்ம உப்பு கலந்து வைக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகும், இந்த ஃபுட் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் அநேக நாட்கள் வந்து பாதுகாக்கப்படும். ஓகே, பதப்படுத்தும் போது உப்பு போட்டு நம்ம பதப்படுத்தும் போது அந்த உணவுப் பொருள் அநேக நாட்கள் நன்றாக இருக்கும். Okay, it will not be spoiled, it will be fresh. That's what is given. So it is common salt. The name is sodium chloride, NaCl. Okay, don't forget, children, the formula of common salt, sodium chloride, NaCl. It is used in our daily food and used as a preservative. Okay, let's go on. Washing soda, sodium carbonate, washing soda. Have you had a word about this, children? Washing soda, sodium carbonate formula. So Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. Okay, what are the uses? It is used in softening hard water. Hard water வந்து soften பண்ணு. You can add sodium carbonate in the hard water. Hard water na water two types இருக்கு, soft water and hard water. Hard water na உங்களுக்கு என்னன்னு தெரியுமா? நம்ம லேதர் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம when you take bath, okay, or when you wash clothes, it will not give out lather. அந்த நுரை வந்து சோப் வந்து நுரைகள் வந்து ஈஸியாக வராது, அது திரியாக இருக்கும், just like a curd it will come. Okay, so such type of water is called as hard water. So for softening this hard water, we can use sodium carbonate. Then the second point is, it is used in glass, soap and paper industries. What is it used, children? Where it is used? It is used in glass industry, soap industry and paper industries. Okay, and then we have the baking soda. What is baking soda? Appa soda, idli soda, enna solla Tamilla? Baking soda. So the chemical name is sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. Okay, so baking soda. So let's see the uses. The first use, it is used in making of baking powder, which is a mixture of baking soda and tartaric acid. Alright, so it is used in making of baking powder. Baking powder is very, very important in bakery industry. It is very, very important, children, for making breads and you have bun and so many things, you know. Making all these, it is used. So what is used, children? Baking powder. What is this baking powder? Is actually a mixture of baking soda and tartaric acid. When baking soda and tartaric acid is mixed, then you get this baking powder. Okay, so baking soda is very important for making baking powder. So what is baking soda? Sodium bicarbonate. And then the second use, it is used in soda acid fire extinguishers. You know what is a fire extinguisher? A fire extinguisher is used for putting out the fire. You have seen, children, you have seen red color boxes in cinema halls and malls, where you might have seen red color boxes hanging. அங்கங்கே ரெட் கலரில் வச்சுருப்பாங்க இல்லையா, பாக்ஸஸ் இருக்கும். அது கேன்ஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஓகே, அது எதுக்குன்னா தீப்பற்றிகை எரியும் போது இதை யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. எதுக்காக? இந்த தீயை அணைக்கிறதுக்கு. ஸோ இன் தமிழ் வி சே தீ அணைப்பான்கள். Okay, so fire extinguishers. So this baking soda is used in soda acid fire extinguishers. The third use, baking powder is used to make cakes and bread soft and spongy. It's very, very, very clear, children. I don't have to explain to you. It is used for making cakes and bread soft and to make them soft and spongy. Then it neutralizes excess acid in the stomach and provides relief. So when you add, supposing you're feeling very acidic in nature, like supposing your stomach is burning and you have some sensation like as if you have a lot of acid formed in your stomach and all that, and when you feel so uncomfortable, then you can have this baking soda solution. You take a little bit of baking soda, add it in water, and you take it, you drink it little bit. And what will happen? It neutralizes the excess acid in the stomach. ஸோ நம்ம ஸ்டமக்கில் வந்து என்ன நடக்கும்னா ஆசிட் சுரந்து கொண்டே இருக்கும். நம்ம உணவு சாப்பிடும்போது ஆசிட்ஸ் வந்து என்ன ஆகும்? இட் வில் பி செக்ரீட்டட். Acid, hydrochloric acid will be secreted in our stomach. So in case if it is too much, then you feel uncomfortable, then you can take this baking soda to get some relief. Okay, these are the uses of baking soda. And then let's go on to the next salt, and that is bleaching powder. What is bleaching powder? What's the formula for bleaching powder, children? The formula for bleaching powder, calcium oxychloride. The chemical name is calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2. Okay, bleaching powder. Do you know about bleaching powder? It is used as disinfectant. Infections எல்லாம் உருவாகாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு we can use bleaching powder. What about water? We are cleaning the water, we are purifying the water by using this bleaching powder. So in the government and corporation, what do? Children? They add this bleaching powder in water and they kill all the germs. So it is a very good disinfectant. Okay, நீரை சுத்தம் செய்வதற்கு இந்த bleaching powder யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க இல்லையா? It is used in textile industry for bleaching cotton and linen. So the name is bleaching powder. So it is used for bleaching. Bleaching என்ன? வெள்ளையாக்கு, தூய்மையாக்குவதற்கு. So bleaching cotton and linen cloth. Okay, it is used, bleaching powder. Okay, the next one you have the plaster of Paris. The name of the salt is plaster of Paris, calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Calcium sulfate, plaster of Paris. The name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. See the formula, children? CaSO4 dot. Don't forget the dot. And you have half molecule of water. Not even one molecule. You just have half a molecule of water. Along with calcium sulfate, you have half a molecule of water. So this is called as plaster of Paris. You know where plaster of Paris is used? It is used for plastering bones. See, you go and break, you have an accident and you break your bones, you have a fracture, and what you will use? You go to the doctor, then doctor will put some plastering around your bones. Okay, so this plaster is only called as plaster of Paris. So it is nothing but calcium sulfate hemihydrate. It is used for plastering bones. Then it is used for making casts for statues, making statues, even for false ceiling, and statues உண்டாக்குறதுக்கும் இது யூஸ் பண்ணாங்க, mold உருவாக்குறதுக்கு. Okay, this plaster of Paris is used. Alright, children? And I think we have completed the lesson. I'm so happy and I hope you understood the lesson, children. With this part, I'm closing the lesson. Thank you, children.